Hello everyone, I am back with more DESTASH lots. This is the first round of the DESTASH lots, and I have two sewing themed lots, the 20 shipped. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the first lot. You will get several bags of vintage buttons, and this one is on the card. And it looks like the majority of these buttons are blues and greens. There's some metal in there, I think. Then you will also get a bag of brown vintage buttons, all different sizes, styles. So tons of buttons there. I'm gonna go ahead and I think this is the last bag of buttons, if I'm not mistaken. And these look like grays. There's a large green one in there. Some grays, and yes, it looks like some grays. So there's all of that, and then you will get a large bag of different colored laces and trims. Here's some tassel trim. I believe the majority of the laces are vintage. This is some crocheted lace. Here's some wire rim lace. It's really pretty. I don't use wire rim lace for anything, so I just threw it in the bag. There's some satin ribbon. Just all sorts of different laces. Here's some vintage lace, 3 yards, never been opened. We have yellows, blues, browns, green, purple, some beige or ivory, or cream. I think ivory has more yellow, so that's, I think, more cream. Navy blue, light blue, all different blues. That one's pretty. I can't tell. I think that's a darker brown. Sometimes I have trouble with navy blue and black and dark brown. And then here is this. I'm not sure where this came from, but I just thought it was really cool. It appears to be extremely old, and it's seed beads on something, but I thought someone could use that. I thought that was a really cool piece. Okay, so then you'll get a bag of different vintage snap fasteners and hose supporters. Okay, so I guess this is like to hold up your stockings. And this one's really cool. That one's really cool. So just all sorts of different vintage notions. This, I don't like the looks of this card, so I think I will take the buttons off there. I don't know if that's dirt or what that is, but I don't like the looks of that. Here we have some more snap, sew-on snaps. And wizard snap fasteners. These are adorable little card buttons, and more buttons on cards. These are also adorable little botanicals, and there's a little bag of buttons. Here is a little thing of vintage needles. And then you will get an assortment of charms, sewing related charms. There's a little iron, some vintage looking sewing machines, little button, and just all sorts. You will also get some little squares of vintage fabric, some patches, I believe these are vintage, some patchettes, I guess, vintage booklet, about an iron. Here we have a vintage pattern. This is dated. These are usually dated. I'm not seeing one, but it's vintage. Here's an assortment of, I think, probably instructions or patterns. And I'm not sure what these are called. But they can definitely be used in junk journals or crafting projects. Here is, I guess it's cross stitch or embroidery, cross stitch maybe, for pillowcases. Here is just a vintage packaging. And then we have this, I thought was really cool. 1952, and I believe it's more patterns. And this is some sort of catalog about needlework. Oh, Woolworth stores, okay. And here's an embroidery catalog. 1967. This still has some patterns in there. Here is a vintage instructions, I guess. Applique sweatshirt. And then the last thing in this lot is some vintage instructions for a crocheted afghan. So here is the first lot. And let me move this out of the way and we'll get to the second lot. Alright, so the second lot, you will get some laces and trims in this one as well. This lot has more of pinks in it, it looks like. I put pinks together. And this is really pretty. It's kind of a mauve color. Here is some larger pink. I don't know if I want to call this ribbon or fabric, but there's quite a bit on the spool. Here's some pink ruffle lace. This is peach, light peach lace. Here is an applique, some trim. It's really pretty. This is, I don't know if this is, no, this is not vintage. But kind of looks vintage and it's pretty. So there's that. Here is a button. I thought that was unique. Here's a concho. More ribbon. This is really pretty. Definitely vintage. Okay, then we have a bag of different things. Here's some pink buttons. What are these? For bra hook closures for swimming suits and lingerie. There's some vintage buttons. I really like the buttons. The card has been written on, but the buttons are really cool looking. Here's some green buttons. Here's some navy blue. And you'll just get a nice little assortment of vintage sewing notions, buttons, snap fasteners. looks like those are fasteners for a bra. But I think they would be cool in something. I know someone out there could do something really cool with those. And here's some vintage sewing needles. I really liked this packaging. And this lot will also get a variety of the charms. And here's a vintage pack of seam tape. This has never been opened. Here's another pack, never been opened, I don't believe, no. 1972. The other one is also 1972. Some more snap fasteners and some pink colored buttons. You will get an assortment of the vintage fabrics. Here is, it says crochet to go. Don't know. Stitch guide. That is kind of cool. And some vintage packaging. And this lot will also get an assortment of the patterns. And instruction sheets. Images. Here's some vintage shape up shoulder pads. I don't know if you could use the shoulder pads for anything. I'm sure somebody could make use of them, but I thought the packaging was really cool. Here is, this is just a package. It doesn't have anything in it, but I thought this was already on there, and I thought that would look great in a junk journal. And so the lots have similar items, just a little different. Here is a wooden ruler or measuring stick, 1965. And you will get a little stack of vintage booklets. I really liked the images on this particular brochure. This is a catalog. So I thought that was really neat. Here is a vintage Kenmore sewing machine booklet. Oh, I think that probably came out of this booklet, I guess. Here's some suede cowhide elbow patches. 1984. So that will be the second lot. And then I have these rulers here. I don't think they're vintage, but I thought they would be cool in a sewing related junk journal, or really any junk journal. So if you're interested in these, I will throw a couple of those in. I also have a few of these. I think they're for the snap fasteners. I'm really not sure. If you're interested in these, I will put these in your package. The first one who asks for these, you can get one or you can get both. Either way is fine with me. I don't use them. I don't know what to do with them. So I think they're for rivets or something. I'm really not sure, but I bet there's people out there who know exactly what to do with those. And then the last thing, I have this vintage pencil carbon paper. If you would like some of this, I will also include this in your package. I grabbed it thinking it was something else, and I'm just not sure if anyone wants to use this or not. But I will include some in your package. If you want it, just let me know. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will put all of the information in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching.